Hello crochet friends and welcome back. We're working on our cute little pennant here and we finished last time with row 27 and 26 stitches on our work. So we're getting started today with row 28. We ended with our chain 1, turn our work. So we're on the other side of our work here and we are going to get started with an increase. So we're going to enter our first stitch right there, not the chain. We're going to go into our first stitch and give it 2 single crochets. So enter, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. That's 1. We're going to go right back in that same stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. That's 2 single crochets. Okay, now we want to single crochet the next 24 stitches across here. No more adding, we're just single crocheting each one, nice and easy, right? Okay, I'm hoping this is going well for you and that your pennant looks nice. You're liking your color schemes that you're doing. You don't know, you might be doing something completely different than I'm doing, and that's okay. I just want to make sure that everybody likes it. That's what's important, right? Okay, so these are all single crochets, like I said. It's 24 of them. And by the time we're done with this is row 28, we will have 28 stitches on our work. Okay, so because we're doing the increases, right? So it's all good. So we're going along nice and easy, just like we've been doing in the prior rows, right? It's just all single crochet. We're not changing up our stitches. A nice little chain at the very end and just all single crochet. So I'm hoping that that's making it easy for people who are very, very beginners because this is a great project. It's a great project when you're beginning, and practice makes perfect. So here we are getting near the end, and we have that one stitch left, right? And that last stitch is an increase, so it's going to get 2 single crochets. Make sure you're getting that whole stitch because it does lay a little different. And then chain 1, turn your work. This is row 29, 29, and we single crochet, everybody. It's row 29, we're doing 28 single crochets. So we're doing those increases that we made and all the other single crochets from the last row. Bringing it all together, it makes a good triangular shape, right? We were talking about that before, having the one row of just single crochet after we increase helps it to look nice and neat. So when we go around later on and do our border, that will neaten up our edges and make our triangle look a little more sharp. So I think that'll be nice. If you don't want to cut off your tails, if you want to just, and I still have my red connected, you can do your red border with that piece if you want, or you can just add it in again. It's no big deal. Either way. Or maybe you don't even want to do it by color, because I was going to do the border red's going to get a red border, white will get a white border and such. I was going to do it that way, but maybe you want to just do one color all the way around. Maybe you want the whole thing red or the whole thing blue or whatever. It's all good, no problems. We can work that up when we get there, right? It's all okay. So like I said, this is row 29. We're doing 28 single crochets and we're just working along. It's a great day for crocheting. And we're just getting ourselves going here, right? Good deal. All right, we are almost there. There we go, and one more. Here's my last single crochet. I'm going to chain 1, turn my work. I'm on the other side. This is row 30. 30, and we're going to increase. So first stitch gets 1 and 2. And then we want to do single crochets across. It should be 26 of them. So make sure your counts are right. It should be 26 because with the 2 increases, that gives us a total of 30 stitches for this row, okay? So just, check your count as you're going along. I know sometimes it's just easier to be like, okay, I did my increase, I'm gonna single crochet across, and then on that last stitch I will do my increase. But then sometimes then we get to the next row and something doesn't add up. It happens to all of us. So just make sure you're getting your count right. It's all good. It's all good. But these rows are getting longer because our project is getting quite wide, isn't it? And it will get wider. This is going to be so cute. But count is going to be important that we don't mess that up. Because the wider it gets, the more stitches, the more room for an error, right? It's okay. All right, we're getting near the end here. And like I said, this is row 30. Oh dear, my mind went blank and I'm like, what row am I on? Row 30. Woo-wee. Oh dear. I'm just going along. See, this is what I'm saying. This is how we make these mistakes. Okay, so our last stitch right here. Wow. And it's going to get 2 single crochets. 1, go back in, 2. All right, chain 1, turn your work. Should be 30 stitches there, okay? This is row 31. There should be 30 stitches. So let's count as we're going along. Make sure it's right. And I'll see you at the end of your 30 stitches. Here we go. Okay, that's 29 and this is 30. Do you have 30? I'm hoping everybody has their 30. 30 single crochets. Now chain 1 and turn your work. Okay, so that's 30 single crochets at the end of row 31. All right, let's go on to 32. 32 is an increase at the beginning, so 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. Okay, and now we want to single crochet the next 28 stitches. So 28 stitches across here, all single crochet. Woo, we're doing great. But it is getting wide. This is a lot of stitch work now, isn't it? So it might, might be something that you've got to put down and start again. Just keep track of what rows you're on, because then you don't want to mess up your triangle shape by changing up your numbers or what row you're on, and then, these things happen. It's all good. But just, write it down. Keep track. If you have a row counter, stitch counter, you can use that. Keep track of what row you're on here, because it's a lot of stitches and you might not have enough time to just sit there and get it all done at once. That's okay. Just working on it a little bit each day really helps, because we don't want those projects that, we start them and then they sit there and then they sit there, and I do that to myself sometimes, and then I'm like, that's it, you're all getting finished. We don't want that. So just keep going along with it. Even if you did 1 row a day, it will get done eventually, right? So it's all good. Okay, this is row 32. I need a little more yarn. There we go. Ooh, it's getting tight on me there for a second. So we're going along. We're doing great. Okay, we're going to that last stitch. And on the last stitch, remember, it'll get an increase just like at the beginning. Here it is. Okay, so make sure you get that whole stitch. Single crochet 1 and single crochet 2. Wonderful. Chain 1 and turn your work. Okay, you doing okay? You want to do one more row. Let's just single crochet, everybody. So it's 32 stitches on our work. We're going to single crochet the 32, right? Nice. One more row. We can do it. Like I said, it's a lot of stitches. Not like when we were down at that little point at the very beginning. We could get through a whole bunch of rows at once because we start out with 2 stitches. Oh, it's okay. It'll look beautiful in the end. But if your hands are tired, like I said, you just take your time because you don't want it to get sloppy looking. You know, you don't want your stitches to not look the same. Sometimes if you get tired, then it messes it up a little bit, and that's you know, you just have to stop, put it down, take a break, walk away, get a cup of tea. So it's okay. But I demonstrate it all for you, and then you can just come back to me if you need to another time. It's all good. You hit that pause button, right? This is great. We're doing wonderful today. I like the block of colors, but you really could have done more of a stripe if you want. You know, there's always so many different ideas. Maybe you're making a few of these for a few different people, or maybe you want one on each door or something, you know. You can come up with lots of different ideas. But yeah, you could change them all up. All right, because as you saw, it wasn't that hard to change your coloring there, was it? Not too bad at all. We're doing great. We're almost at the end here, and this will be 32 stitches, okay? So you have 32 on your work. It's the end of row 33 that we're finishing up, and we will stop here today. Give those hands a little break. Okay, here's our last one, and then chain one. And we'll turn our work and we'll be ready for next time. So the white is getting nice and big. I love it. This is going to be so pretty. I hope you're enjoying this. So that is 32 stitches at the end of row 33. I will see you next time. Thank you and have a joyful day.